Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we're counting down our picks for the most amusing sketches from Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Come at me then! Come on, do your worst, you worm!
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Number 10. RAF Banter. This underrated gem sees an RAF squadron leader return from a mission in the Second World War and eagerly relate his mission to his fellows. His story is full of euphemistic slang, though the general idea seems to be that the enemy got the worst of it.
Flipped over on his Betty Harpers and caught his can in the Banter.
However, his fellow pilots Squiffy and Winco find it nearly impenetrable. Another pilot arrives with urgent news, but the group is much more concerned with being able to understand his banter than with any potential attack.
Do you understand that? No, I didn't get a word of it.
The dialogue is loaded with wonderfully absurd imagery that makes the sketch endlessly fun to watch. Or, put another way, the Python's word salad gave us a giraffe.
No, I still don't get it.
Number 9. Self-defense.
When I was showing you how to defend yourself against anyone who attacks you armed with a piece of fresh fruit.
We promised we wouldn't do fruit this week.
Any sketch that gets most of the Pythons together tends to be great, and this is one of the best. A teacher, played by John Cleese, instructs his students in self-defense, but rather than learn how to defend themselves against assailants armed with knives or pointed sticks, he instead teaches on the dangers of fresh fruit.
When you're all walking home tonight and some homicidal maniac comes after you with a bunch of Logan breeze, don't come crying to me!
The back and forth between the unhinged instructor and his pupils is amusing enough, but the lethal ways in which the teacher defends himself are positively hysterical.
Come on, attack me! Come on! Come on! Come on!
Something tells us that the rest of the class hasn't got the flu after all.
Oh, the first thing to do when you're being stalked by an ugly mob with raspberries is to release the tiger!
Number 8. Spam. One of the most absurd sketches in a series known for its bizarre events, this scene sees a married couple drop into a cafe.
What you got then?
Well, there's egg and bacon, egg, sausage and bacon, egg and spam, egg, bacon and spam.
In addition to its Viking clientele, the other strange feature of the place is that virtually every dish is served with spam.
Spam, egg, spam, bacon and spam. Spam, egg and spam. Spam.
The waitress and the wife's screeching argument about the spam content is funny enough, but add in the Vikings breaking into song about the questionable canned meat and the dozens of mentions of it throughout the sketch, and it's no wonder it's become a classic.
Look, could I have egg, bacon, spam and sausage without the spam? Yeah. What do you mean? I don't like spam. Spam.
It even influenced the slang term for spam as something excessive and unneeded, like spam email.
I'm having spam, baked beans, spam, and spam.
Number 7. The Lumberjack Song.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night, I work all day.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
Monty Python's Flying Circus featured plenty of musical numbers during its run. However, this is arguably its funniest and most famous tune. At the conclusion of a sketch featuring a crazed killer barber, the man reveals that he always dreamed of being a lumberjack. He then breaks into an impromptu song, joined by his best girlie and a chorus of Mounties.
I cut down trees, I skip and jump. I like to press wildflowers. I put on women's clothing and hang around in bars.
As the wannabe lumberjack sings, it becomes increasingly clear that, in addition to cutting down trees, he's also quite interested in cross-dressing.
I cut down trees, I wear high heels, suspenders and a bra. I wish I'd been a girlie, just like my dear mama.
The Mounties and his best girl may walk off in disgust, but we can't get enough of the song, and its hilarious lyrics.
Just like my dear mama.
Number 6. Nudge Nudge.
Is your wife a goer, hey? Know what I mean? Nudge.
Say no more, say no more. A man known as Mr. Nudge approaches a gentleman at a bar. Nudge starts a conversation with the man and begins making several innuendos about the stranger's wife, along with the frequent interjections of wink wink nudge nudge.
Your wife, does she go? Hey? Hold on me. Nudge, say no more.
Oh, she sometimes goes, yes.
I bet she does.
The insinuations are all amusing, and Eric Idle is pitch perfect as the Weasley Nudge.
Your wife interested in, photographs, eh? Hold on me.
Plus, while punchlines are generally avoided in most sketches from Monty Python's Flying Circus, this one delivers one of the few, and it's fantastic, as the gentleman finally confronts Nudge about his insinuations and gets an unexpected answer.
You slept with a lady.
Yes.
What's it like?
Number 5. Dirty Hungarian Phrasebook. So many things can be lost in translation, but sometimes the act of losing them is universally funny.
Do you want to come back to my place? Bouncy.
Such is the case with this sketch, which sees a Hungarian man try to purchase matches from a tobacconist. However, the questionable phrasebook the Hungarian uses contains translations to English phrases that range from the nonsensical to the naughty.
Would you hold it against me? I am no longer infected.
Eventually, the misunderstandings result in the tobacconist getting punched and the Hungarian arrested. The many ridiculous mistranslations are hilarious. The sketch is as full of laughs as the customer's hovercraft is full of eels.
Right! My nipples explode with delight.
Number 4. Argument Clinic.
I'd like to have an argument, please.
Certainly. Have you been here before?
No, this is my first time.
Monty Python excels at simple concepts executed to brilliantly silly perfection. This sketch sees a man go to a special clinic for various unpleasant experiences. After going to a room for abuse by mistake, he gets into an argument with the professional.
Is this the right room for an argument?
I've told you once.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
When?
Just now.
Their debate topics range from whether the customer was told it was the right room, to whether they're having an argument or just contradicting one another.
No, this isn't an argument.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. It's just contradiction.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Time eventually runs out, though we'd argue it doesn't, and the arguer demands more money. It's both juvenile and highbrow humour delightfully mixed into one, with Sir Michael Palin and John Cleese's effortless chemistry tying it all together.
Well, if I didn't pay, why are you arguing? Gotcha.
No, you haven't.
Is that? If you're arguing, I must have paid.
Not necessarily. I could be arguing in my spare time.
Number 3. The Spanish Inquisition. How very unexpected.
What on earth does that mean?
I don't know. Mr. Wentworth just told me to come in here and say that there was trouble at the mill, that's all. I didn't expect a kind of Spanish Inquisition. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
A recurring sketch throughout its eponymous episode, the Spanish Inquisition always arrives out of nowhere, utilising fear, surprise, ruthless efficiency, their fanatical devotion to the Pope, and nice red uniforms to strike confusion into each sketch's characters.
I can't say it. You'll have to say it.
What?
You'll have to say the bit about our chief weapons are.
I couldn't do that.
Cardinal Ximenez, Fang, and Biggles may be dedicated to their job, but their use of comfy chairs and soft cushions often fail to elicit the confessions that they're looking for. The Spanish Inquisition may be entirely expected, and too late by their final appearance in the episode, but we're never prepared for how much they make us laugh.
How do you plead?
We're innocent.
We'll soon change your mind about that.
Number 2. The Ministry of Silly Walks.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Sometimes a sketch could have no words at all and still be just as funny. This scene follows Mr. Teabag, a seemingly upstanding professional, as he goes about his day. Despite his buttoned-up appearance though, Mr. Teabag works for the sadly fictitious Ministry of Silly Walks, and his own gait is extremely bizarre.
Mr. Pewdie, the very real problem is one of money. I'm afraid that the Ministry of Silly Walks is no longer getting the kind of support that it needs. You see, there's Self-defense, social...
After Teabag's ridiculously entertaining commute, he sees recurring Monty Python character Arthur Pewty, who's looking for a grant to develop his own city walk. The image of John Cleese contorting his legs into increasingly ridiculous positions never fails to make us laugh.
Take a look at this then.
Number 1. Dead Parrot. Arguably the most famous Monty Python sketch, the Dead Parrot sketch is well known for good reason.
Oh yes, the Norwegian blue. What's wrong with it?
I'll tell you what's wrong with it. It's dead.
Mr. Eric Palin attempts to return a recently purchased parrot to a pet shop. Despite the bird clearly being a stiff, the pet shop owner tries every excuse possible to refute Pralin's arguments.
Polly! Polly Parrot, wake up! Polly!
Cleese and Palin debating something ridiculous is a recipe for comedy gold, as we've already discussed, and this may be their magnum opus.
Wake up! Polly!
Pralin's various ways of describing his Norwegian blues state of decease are iconic, and still as funny now as they were decades ago.
It has ceased to be. It's expired and gone to meet its maker. This is a late parrot.
Hang on a minute, parrots aren't indigenous to Norway. Is there a flying circus moment you expected to see on our list that we forgot? Surprise us with a Spanish Inquisition of comments about your favourites below.
Look, are you insinuating something?
Oh, yes.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojoUK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.